Hey you all, welcome back to Let's Keep It Real. I am back with another video for you all. So doing JoeNetta's recent live that was done, somebody asked JoeNetta about Rosa Ray, and baby JoeNetta, kind of came out of character a little bit, honey. And I think that JoeNetta needs to be a lot more softer, daintier, and try to be a little bit more cuter, honey, because you'll get a whole lot more done when you act like that. Will they ever be friends again? What you think? But anyway, before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Let's Keep It Real. Turn on those post notifications so you'll know when new videos are coming out. And remember, everything that we discuss, it is alleged. We can never confirm nor deny any of this shenanigans. And always keep in mind that everything that we discuss is solely and strictly for entertainment purposes. That part. Oh. Big Joe, you been over cutting up, child, on them people's lives on TikTok and everything. You just have been showing your behind to the world. And it ain't no reason for you to be acting all like it, Like people been saying in the comments, you need to start taking some accountability. Ain't nothing wrong with you taking some accountability, And the way you standing up there in that kitchen handling that chicken and carrying on is a problem. Did you wash them dirty, filthy hands of yours is what I wants to know. That's one thing I always tell y'all. I go buy fresh meat. I don't have meat that's frozen. I do got frozen meat in my refrigerator, but that's why I still there, because I just prefer to go get the fresh meat. We know when you go and get fresh meat, it's because you got some change on that card here. Now, if you didn't have no change on that card and it was looking real skimpy, then that's when you gonna go in that deep freeze and pull out some of that frozen meat. I don't know who you think you fooling, JoeNetta here. Do you realize that we already got you figured out once again for the billionth time? I have to say this. You claim you was 48 when I really think you really 86. But anyway, since you won't claim you 48, then that would make a lot of us, older than you, which means we know more than you. So you need to start listening and quit thinking that don't nobody know nothing when you the one could learn a few things, wench. I held off on my Thanksgiving dinner because you held off on your Thanksgiving dinner. Why is that? You supposed to be having money put up for that every year. Money already set aside, which means you wouldn't have to hold off on nothing. I didn't know what I had to do because I promised a lot of things and stuff. I was going to help a bunch of people and all that other stuff. But since they done got their government assistance and all that other stuff back there. So now you ain't got to help out all these thousands of people and carrying on since they done got their stamps, they FSs and carrying on, EBTs, the names have changed, still the same, okay? And now you ain't got to help these people. So what you gonna do? Get some extras from them? Is that what that's about? You gonna get some extras and then you gonna make this big extravagant meal? Is that what you planning on doing, JoeNetta? Quit running your mouth so much. You tell everything that you know. I honestly, y'all don't think he can help it. I think he loves to talk so much that he don't even care. But then when certain things get out there, then he be looking silly like, oh, shoot, I didn't mean for that to get out, but it got out. Quit running your mouth so much if you really don't want this information out there. They're not gonna need all of that. So now I can like make my okay. Listen this chicken off. But thank y'all so much. I appreciate everything that y'all do and stuff like that for Miss Netta and Charles. We really appreciate you guys. The things that they do, JoeNetta, because as you be saying, my fans, my supporters, they gonna do this, they gonna do that. But always keep in mind that what goes around comes around here. Karma is the mother of all suckers. Guys, and Ooh, Child, be glad he ain't working in nobody's restaurant, y'all, handling the food, because he don't even know how to be gentle with it. Here, child, if he prepares somebody's food for their dinner, lunch, breakfast, guaranteed it is going to be messed the effing up, okay? Messed up. You're going to have all kind of stuff going on with you because all of his energy that's up in it. Ooh, child, anybody with common sense better not eat none of his food. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, what else? 4th of July, Mother's Day, Father's Day. You know, it's a holiday for every month, child. And I would advise nobody to eat none of his food, not now one of them months. Anniversary, nothing. Just don't eat none of it. Because, honey, the energy that he got in his food, you don't want that mess transferred to you. You don't want none of it. None of it. Ew, look how he's throwing the chicken in there.
And the movie is still getting put together.
JoeNetta, you act like you done starred in the Game of Thrones and carrying on. You ain't even been in no Game of Thrones. But yet you standing there talking like, you know, this is getting ready to be a heck of a show that's about to come out and we need to get ready and be waiting and just, child, just be on the lookout for it. This is how you acting. Child, you ain't been in the Game of Thrones. House of Dragons and carrying on. You know, the follow-up from the Game of Thrones where they took us all the way back to the beginning. You ain't in nothing like that. You act like you done been in the Silence of the Lambs movie and carrying on. You know? Child, y'all, he is really out of his blockers here. Because he's sitting here telling us like this is getting ready to be a blockbuster on Tubi. JoeNetta, we already know where this show is going, movie going. We already know where it is going to, coming from, ending up. And we ain't holding our breath. Child, most of us is probably going to forget when it comes out. But I know you going to remind us. We know this for a fact.
It should be done by the end of this month. It should be ready to get submitted by the end of this month, y'all. So it's going to take, like I said, 2 to 3 months.
Why not just do a fundraiser? You know, why don't people that really want to put out movies try to get somebody to, you know, invest in their project and, you know what I'm saying, make it a movie for real and submit it to Hollywood or somewhere, you know? However that process goes, I have no idea. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you think your acting skills is all of that or that your movie script is the shiz, why not submit the script? Even better, submit it, you know? And let one of these award-winning producers produce it. You know, submit it to Tyler Perry and see if Tyler Perry's going to pick it up. You know, instead of going through all these changes and carrying on, try to get some, you know, get some for real airtime. You know, child.
Before they get a date before release. So, let me stop on that.
Guess what, big bro Netta? If you are a real actor, you are going to be on to the next project. You are already talking about the next movie that you are about to start recording. You are actually already recording it. You know, you're not going to keep on talking about this same old show, movie, whatever, you know. You're supposed to be moving on to the next thing. Big Baller, you know, Kevin Costner and carrying on. Mike Epps and carrying on, and who else? Kevin Hart and carrying on acting, you know. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Ice-T actor and carrying on. This is how you supposed to be moving. Child, we don't want to keep on hearing about this. What is it, a comedy or what? Or is it serious drama? What? Because I couldn't really get the feel of what was the movie going to be about. That's what you need to be doing. Moving on to the next thing and bringing up this is going to be a drama. This is going to be a comedy. You ain't doing none of it. You just on here hollering about because it's this and that and that and this. And we already know that much. You done told us this a gazillion times. So quit telling us that. Yeah, where is this nutcracker at? I hear him, but I don't see him. over there playing on the kitchen stove. You make sure that them burners and current on ain't turned all the way up. Tell me, is there any more room for Charles in those jeans? Them jeans is tight, JoeNetta, honey. You just got them things slick on that skin today, honey. Child, is any more room in those jeans? Okay. Thick, how he likes it. Oh, come on, ugly. A big JoeNetta, it irks me to no end when you be going away from that camera and can't see what is going on. I don't know why that gets on my nerves, y'all, but it does. I'll be like, what is he over there doing? You supposed to turn the camera to where we can see everything going on, everything. It gets on my nerves when you be doing that. Stop doing that mess.
Okay, well, let me use my chicken seasoning. I still got it. Garlic. And black pepper. I gotta watch that cornbread because I don't want it to burn.
But Big JoeNetta, it shouldn't burn too bad. All that water you put up in it.
Because sometimes I get to talking and super chat. I'm sorry. Hold on.
See, JoeNetta, I remember when you was getting all them super thats and everything. You was making, like you said, about 150, 200 every time you got on live. And now, you get them few far in between. And like I said before, these people are supposed to be your supporters. Why are they not giving you these super thats, okay? At least when people was just telling you about yourself, at least they was paying you to tell you about yourself. Now you're not even getting none. I don't make that make sense, One minute you was getting all kind of money, and now the very people that was telling you to stop letting people comment and send you super thats, they not even making up for it. That is crazy work to me, JoeNetta, here. And I don't understand how you think that is okay and it makes sense to you. Ain't no way in the world you should be okay with that. You should not.
Oh, I guess they don't want me to see that. But
people that claim to love you and support you need to be dropping you some money off in your super thats and current on to make up for what was lost now. Or they go messing up your money.
Why some women jealous of me? I don't think the women are jealous of me. I really, truly, honestly think no.
I'm glad that JoeNetta just said that, because these people that are putting that in the comments and asking JoeNetta that 10 times out of 10 are women. What is wrong with, well, they might not look like women. That's probably why, but what is wrong with them to even sit there and consider that somebody would be jealous of JoeNetta? No, Big Joe know ain't nobody jealous of him. He knows that. People just don't like Joe's behavior, That's basically what it just boils down to. People don't like some of the things that have been said over time, by Big JoeNetta, and that's where people have had, issues, or, had issues with JoeNetta about, is because of the things that have been said. But nobody has ever been jealous, and nobody has ever even come out acting like they're jealous, because there's a big difference between somebody that is not happy about things that have been said and somebody being jealous. You can distinctively see the differences. So the fact is, like I said, some people get on there and make these old stupid, ignorant comments just shows their lack of knowledge, understanding, and comprehension of simple things.
But these women are not jealous of me. I just feel like that, how to put it? I just feel like that, they outspoken and they have strong opinions, and they want to express their opinions. And that's what I look at it. So, I don't think they jealous, because I don't got nothing. for them to be jealous for.
JoeNetta got them jeans on today for Charles. Charles said, is there any more room for him in those jeans? He stick how he likes it.
Nothing for them to be jealous for, but it is. It's most of the women. It's most of the women that I get a lot of bad feedback and stuff from.
Honestly, JoeNetta, a lot of times people want you to realize that some of the things that you have said or continue to say have been very offensive, and they want to bring it to the light. They want to bring it to your attention. So you can't look at it as being, bad feedback, because that's not what it is. Again, women can be very forgiving and understanding, but if you continue to do the same things over and over again, it's like, now hold up now, Ninja. Now you obviously meant that. And then darn well, that women are going to go in on you. Hear? I don't care what nationality it is. They going to go in on you. They going to give it to you. They going to tell you about yourself. You know this now. Shoot, I don't even understand why you acting like this.
It's a bunch of women, but y'all got to look at the simple fact that I'm not going to brag about myself and then say, oh, because I'm Miss Netta, I'm the big person. No, you got to look at the simple fact that I am not the only content creator.
And furthermore, honestly, it ain't got nothing to do with you being on the internet. If you wasn't on the internet and you was popping off at the mouth like that, somebody going to check you, point blank, period.
That is getting this, that's receiving this from these people. I am not the only one. It's a lot of content creators that's getting shut down by the women. It's just that it looked like the women overpower these sites. And there's more women on here than men. But it's some men on here that I done seen that said a couple things and stuff about me and stuff too. So it is a few men, but it's mostly women. Jealous, I'm not going to say they jealous. I'm just going to say they're just outspoken and they just want to be heard and they just want to do it for entertainment. Because I'm going to say that I don't think none of these people hate me or dislike me for real. I really just don't. Because if you got to look at it.
And I would agree with you, JoeNetta. A lot of people do not hate you, It's just that you get on everybody's daggone nerves half the time. That's what that is, and you can say some offensive things, but we don't need to keep going down that road because we already know some of the things that have been said. But yeah, hate is a very strong word. And, it basically boils down to some of the behaviors that have been constantly being displayed over and over again. So yes, you do make somebody want to slap you upside your bald head in the back and that bald forehead of yours.
If you're smart and use your mind, they don't even know me. How could you hate somebody you don't know? So I just look at it that it's just entertainment and it's fun. That's what I got in my head now. Last year, it was totally different. But this year, what I got in my head is that I just feel like everybody is on here for entertainment and fun. And I am too. I just bought some mustard. I guess it's gone here. Because I've been cooking, y'all. It's all gone.
JoeNetta, I won't hear nothing about no mustard now, here. Because you keep that mess in your room. That's doing the most now, child. I don't want to hear nothing about that old type of stuff.
But I just bought mustard and I remember me buying mustard, but this mustard gonna have to do. It ain't empty. Because I knew that I would have bought some more.
Don't be buying no more mustard.
But yeah, I wouldn't put the jealous thing out there. I'm not gonna say nobody jealous of me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say nobody jealous of me. I'm just gonna say they're just out here for entertainment purposes like I am. So that's if you can tell, I tell by like the comments. Because that's what a lot of people say. A lot of people say I don't watch Miss Netta, I just go for the comments. That's entertainment.
Child, you ain't never lying, because them comments be keeping me on the floor. I'll be like, oh my goodness, I'll be excited to go to So the character's
That's
not
just like
even
some
real.
people say I'm jealous of women.
JoeNetta, what I need to see from you is you be a whole lot more of being dainty, okay? Soft, in the feminine era. You know what I'm saying? I need for you to start watching some of the other girls online and see how they move. That's what I need for you to do. You too hard. You too rough. You need to soften up a whole lot. Like how Sydney style be moving, you need to be acting like Sydney, because Sydney be dainty the whole dang on time, honey. That's what you need to do. You need to soften up a whole lot more. What's that? I can't think of that old saying, y'all. Somebody help me in the comments that you get more something with something. You know what I'm saying? Honey, sugar, some old something. I can't even think of the old saying that how it goes, but yeah, that's what you need to do. Cause you just be acting too hard and too rough. That's one of the main things that I see that would benefit you more. In this character, that is. Soften up a whole lot.
I ain't jealous of no women. I ain't jealous of no men. I ain't jealous of no children. I ain't jealous of no animals. I ain't jealous of nobody.
Animals?
And it should be the same about me.
JoeNetta, you could have left the animal part out, because that was a little strange now. Here.
That be balling. I'm just gonna cut it in like doop 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 doop. And I'm gonna cut it this way too. Doop 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 doop. And I'm gonna put it in there. I don't know if I'm gonna do a ham.
Leave that poke alone. Leave that poke alone.
Definitely know I'm doing a turkey because I already bought it.
Ooh, child, that reminds me. I need to go get a couple things myself and put it up for the holidays and carrying on. Well, Joe can't bake. He don't know how to bake.
Okay, so let's get this chicken together, y'all. Golly.
Somebody say in the comments a German chocolate cake. Who know how to make a German chocolate cake? Put it in the comments, y'all, because child, I ain't had no German chocolate cake in forever, since my grandmother used to make stuff like that. Because, I showed on bake, child. We going to do some Duncan Hines or some or some Betty Crocker, child. I am not a baker here. Do you hear me? It's not from scratch anyway. Oh, y'all, that just reminded me. When the holidays come out, they be bringing out them yellow cake with the caramel icing. Oh, my goodness. I got to go get one. Y'all, I got to go get one. Child, that just reminded me. I'm so glad somebody brought that up in the comments, because I wasn't even thinking about the yellow cake with the caramel icing.
You have to ask her that question. Because if y'all see, again, just like I said.
Oh, baby, you can tell JoeNetta don't like that topic, because you can see it. JoeNetta was getting kind of bent out of shape, child.
Y'all see, I have not said anything about her as well on social media. So you have to ask her what her problem is. I don't have a problem with no one. Like I be trying to keep trying.
My question is, will this JoeNetta and Rasta Ray gonna be resolved, or are they gonna be just at odds, you know what I'm saying, if you will, forever? Because they live in the same town, y'all. You know what I'm saying? At some point, they're going to run it to each other. They probably share the same friends. Are they going to, get back on good terms? Or is it just going to always be, some going back and forth?
I tell y'all, I don't be having the problem. These people have problems with moi. So y'all can ask them the question. I don't know. I haven't talked to her or none of that.
So whatever the true deep underlying issue is with JoeNetta and Rasta, they gonna have to get that worked out themselves. Everybody know that JoeNetta fall out with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure Rasta saw that, because we told Rasta that it's just a matter of time. So again, this is just something they gonna have to work out. I play the little videos and everything, but to be honest, I really ain't got too much to say about that, because, Rasta knows how JoeNetta is, blah, 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 and it was just a matter of time. So this is just something that they gonna have to work out, to be honest. I ain't gonna be like this and that and the third, because again, we try to say it beforehand. And now guess what? It done happened, and they just gonna have to figure that out.
what's her problem. I don't know what she's mad about. You know, whatever the fact may be, y'all just go on her live and see why she's mad. But I don't know, and frankly, I really don't get.
So like I said, that's just something that they're gonna have to sit down and talk about on the phone or in person. However they decide to do it.
Fuck, okay? I don't.
JoeNetta, please.
So that's what
language.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Language.
Because
I think JoeNetta really do care. You know what I'm saying? Because again, y'all, Rasta rode for JoeNetta. Rode hard for JoeNetta. I seen them lives where Rasta will be coming after people and talking about people that will say stuff about JoeNetta.
Got a problem with me, address it with me. Don't address it with social media. Social media ain't gonna be the one. Thank you for the super chat. Huh? I don't know what Rosa Ray said, and just like I told you, I really don't have to say, because Rosa Ray coming to y'all, telling y'all that shit.
This is where I need for JoeNetta to be soft. JoeNetta, you need to soften up, your language, your tone, your energy, soften it up. You know what I'm saying? You'll get better results when you act a whole lot cuter, daintier. Act like you're gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Feel yourself in them jeans, honey, while you're walking around in that kitchen. Sachet Shantae. Okay?